Hey y'all! So today we wanted to create an interactive learning experience using many of the programmatic concepts and techniques that we have explored over the semester. And so we came up with a website called VEGuality. Before stating the problem, we wanted to tell you our process of how we came up with VEGuality. We talked to our friends who are vegans and wanted to see what common problems they faced and what could be done if they had a website created just for them. A lot of them talked about lack of food options and how there was no one-stop website for them to get information. Another thing that kept coming up was them expressing the wish that they could be part of a bigger vegan community through which they could get support from and talk the same lingo with. This is a big problem because many of the people we interviewed explicitly stated that they felt very alone with their choice of lifestyle.
When asked how we could help, they suggested a platform that allowed interaction and engagement with other vegans that would bridge the gap between loneliness and wanting to feel part of a community. To that point, we designed our website with two objectives in mind. First, to provide users with a one-stop platform to find out about vegan-related issues such as recipes, fashion, and events. Our second goal was to provide a platform that would encourage the establishment of a strong sense of community between members. This was provided by two key elements in our page: the ability for people to share their personal vegan journeys with others and to serve as inspiration, as well as a platform to ask and answer questions related to any vegan issue. Essentially, we wanted to build a space for them to interact with other people to gain insight or to even share their own experiences and expertise.
So right now we want to talk about our data structures, that how our code connect to the database. There are three places that we use data from the database. First is on the under the cook page. Here you can create your own grocery list, but you're not going to create the list on this page. Instead, you're going to go to your profile page. You can click your profile after you log in, and you're going to click my grocery list. And right here, we just follow the way to do a to-do list to do a grocery list. And the other place we include database is here. You can click share your stories, and so you can share a story like how you become a vegan or something related, and then so as long as we wrote the data to the database, you can also have access to your stories on your personal profile. When you click my stories, our app will get the data from the database. And the last place that we connect to the database is the connect part, which you can ask some questions and also view comments that other users give to you. So here's our database. So basically we have two main collections, which is questions and users. Under our question collection is more about the connect page, which are all questions that all users submitted, and under each within each question collection there is also a comments collection, which are comments under each question. So the other big collection is our user, which so also within the users collection, there are grocery list and stories, because each user create their own grocery list and they should have access to the story they posted. So within each collection and the document of each the collection, we include the text content, the timestamp, and the title, and also their ID to help us keep track of the data so we can delete them later.
Okay, so one of the issues that we faced was actually when we went to our profile page, under my questions. So initially what happened was that every time we wanted to show comments, the comments for each question will appear for all the questions. And it was only, and then what we realized was that we had actually put the event listener on the parent tab. So what happened was that every time the show comments button came up, the comments for that particular question would show up for all of them. So what we needed to do was to create a unique event listener for each show comment button, so that when it was clicked, the comments for that specific question came up.
So there also one thing I want to mention is the way we used to get data from the database. So we actually use the let me show. So we use this on-mount, but before before the user logged in, like the on-mount function cannot get the data from the database because they can't get the user key. So our solution is to use a local storage method to, as long as user logged in, their user key will be stored in the browser locally rather than locally, so that when the on-mount function happening,
Yeah.
it can get the data we want.
And so another hiccup we encountered was that with the localhost, we were able to see images and click from one link to another, but we were not able to see or do the same thing with the GitHub link. So in talking with Jen and doing more research, we found it valuable to use the relative URL. So we know that the slash means the root and the period means the directory. So the period slash allows us to see the path of the file or folder, and the two dots or the two periods indicate the parent directory. So when we have the two periods and the slash, then that means to go back one directory. So we did many trial and errors, and we were
Funny.
And GitHub doesn't really automatically let us live see if it works or not. So we tested it with different tags, and we were able to solve it, which is great. So our way was to look at the URL and backtrack what we wanted it to come and what we wanted to come up with. Relative URLs are useful because it allows all features of the website to work from the local host and public domain, so that's very convenient and portable.
So as this is our last reflection video for this course, I think I can say that
or we can say
we all learned so much about our personal, academic, and professional lives in taking this course. We laughed, we cried, but most importantly, we grow. So we hope
you enjoyed
it.
it.
Thank you.